I feel like I'm in a unique spot right now because I feel like I have every age in my house. And so we do go through different ones that are important at different stages. And that's what I see the most is like different kids need focus on different things at different times. And yeah, so I really do lean heavily on all of them at different times with different kids in different ages. It's a very unique experience parenting at the from 19 down to 1 that I really was not prepared for how unique and challenging it is, but it's also wonderful in so many aspects because I do see the fruit of my labor while I'm laboring at the same time, you know?
Now for you too, since you are entering the phase where children are leaving and one going across the world,
Yeah.
that's pretty exciting to be able to know that, you know, all that has come before you, your father, your grandma, all the generations, all the parenting work you and your husband Solo have done, like everything you are bearing the fruit of that labor. But again, you still get to look around you at home and see everyone still waiting their turn to get there too. And as a grandfather, Jerry, I'm guessing that is quite a joy.
I love it. I love it. And even I was with my folks last night for dinner, and they even talk about the great grands, and it's just ongoing, and it's just fun to watch when they come into their own.
That's awesome. Now, as a parent here who I feel, you know, more confident in myself every day. You know, you're getting through it, and I read the book, and, you know, I talk to my own parents, and everything is good. But there are parents out there right now who feel completely overwhelmed, don't know what to do, don't know where to start. What's like, you know, just a little bit of inspiration for them other than read Common Sense Parenting, obviously. But, you know, what can you say to them who,
you know what,
they're just saying, oh, you know.
Yeah, that's a excellent point, and I'm so glad you brought it up. I'm always cautious. I don't ever want to come across, I know Sarah feels the same way, of coming across as experts and we got it all sort of in the bag and we figured it out and here's the neat little formula and all that. Honestly, I always have a heart for parents right now, no matter where they're at in their parenting journey. I always have a heart for them because there's some out there that I know feel totally lost. They maybe didn't have a good example in their own home growing up. No grandparents, maybe absent parenting or disinterested parents, all that kind of stuff. And they're wondering, how in the world can I turn this around? And I'm sort of hoping that maybe your broadcast today, but also the book, whatever, somebody, maybe a church, I don't care what, but I want them to know that there's hope. And if they will start right where they're at, just start where you're at and determine to do it differently. In fact, honestly, I had my own home and I had things I changed other than how my parents did it. Sarah, I know I was the perfect parent, Susan and I were, and she didn't change anything.
Right.
Yeah, right. But okay, my hope, my encouragement to those that are watching your broadcast, no matter where you're at, you can start right where you're at. There's a lot of helps out there, but determine first off in yourself that I can make this happen. You might be a single parent. You might have two parents in the home, but they're going in different directions. Any of those problems can actually be resolved. It's just got to have the will and the, and ultimately the means, I suppose, like a book like this or whatever, but the will certainly to make the change, to begin the establishment of a brand new line of legacy. And that's what I think is really cool.
I would say that community is very important. And there's just something about having other people in your life that can relate or help you feel better about where you are and help give you ideas. If I was talking to a mom in that scenario or a parent, I would say find someone that is like-minded. If you don't know somebody who's like-minded in how they're wanting to raise their kids, I would be praying for a friend that's like-minded. But when you can talk to somebody and just see like Solo and I joke, my husband and I joke that just when we stop worrying about one kid, there's another one right around the corner that you're worried about something else. And sometimes it's good to just have a friend that can say, hey, Same boat. Or here's what we did.
Yep.
You know, you need to have somebody you can talk to that's like-minded. Sometimes it's your spouse and you're on the same page. Sometimes you and your spouse are not on the same page. But I would say there is a lot of hope. I like what Dad said there. There's a lot of hope. And it just takes determination. So it's day after day. You're not always going to see fruit. You're not always going to see change. But when you're determined and you keep doing the right thing, the next right thing, when you don't know the next right thing, you have community. You pray about the right decision. I had the Lord tell me, show my husband and I things we would never have come up with on our own minds, just by praying and asking the Lord, what should we do in this situation? And so if you're talking to people that have similar values, like-minded, and you're praying about it, you and your spouse are just determined, we're going to keep making change, you will see fruit. And sometimes you have to heal relationships that have not been right, or things you have done wrong in the past. You have to ask your children for forgiveness and, hey, we're going to go forward a different way. But if you're determined to make the changes, you will see fruit. You might not notice it every day, but over a long period of time, you will notice it and it will be worth it. So I would just say, be encouraged and find community and keep doing the right thing. Keep trying, because there is a lot of hope, and you may see it in the future when your children have their own children. I hope to be at that place one day where I see the fruit, but it will be worth it. So worth it. That's what I think about children. They are so worth it. They are so much work, but they are so worth it. You are raising generations. You talk about the generations that came before you, but think about how many generations could come after you. And it's the most worthy thing. That doesn't mean it's easy, but it means it's worth all the work that it is.